think we all, from time to time, have voices running through our head, but generally speaking, it's our own voice. But in Cassie's case here, it's not. It's not her voice at all.
Listen, I don't know what the better answer for me is. Like, is it some psychic voices coming through, or am I schizophrenic? I am not sure, but I need help because I need to know. I guess I'm really hoping like someone who's in tune with being a psychic or a medium can help me out. Because when I go to bed at night, and it's only at night when I start to fall asleep, I will start to hear voices. Now, I know auditory hallucinations are a thing, like when you're falling asleep. Like, it's not totally not normal to hear like a noise and think it's real life. Like, I've had visual hallucinations, like I thought a spider was crawling on me. Like, has that ever happened to you where you're asleep and you're sure a spider is crawling on you when you wake up or something like that and you freak out?
Yeah.
So kind of similar. I've had similar with like auditory hallucinations, but the thing is, the hallucinations pretty specifically, once in a while it'll sound like a bang or something, is specifically my name being said, being whispered, Cassie. But never by my inner voice, not by my voice at all. Sometimes it'll be an older man. Sometimes it'll be a young woman. Like, it's Cassie, always. And it's a different voice every time. And I ignore it because I've seen enough indigenous TikTok to know when something calls your name, you do not respond to it. Even if it sounds like someone you know, you don't respond, you don't engage. So I ignore it. But what's happened recently, and what's weird is I found out my grandmother, who just passed away, apparently used to see ghosts in her house, and my mom did too, but she also was kind of like psychically in tune, which was very weird because my grandmother played croquet, belonged to like the sister club to Wimbledon, always wore pearls, was like very like, I love tea time kind of grandmother, not like I would expect to be a psychic in tune kind of person. So that made me be like, maybe there's something there. Still going to ignore it. I don't want to deal with it. But now they've started to turn into sentences. And that's where it's starting to freak me out. And there was one specifically the other night, and there's not any other noise. I'm not thinking about anything else. The house is silent, and I just hear, she has cancer.
Whoa, damn.
And it was like a specific type of cancer. And I'm like, who? Well, who has it? I don't know who. And so now I'm like, this is weird because I'm also awake enough where I'm not fully dreaming. Like, you know how you can tell how far asleep you are? I'm awake enough where it like wakes me up and I'm like, what was that? And again, I don't want to engage, but I'm like, this is weird now. It's gone from my name still being said, but to sentences. And it's freaking me out and I don't know what to do about it. Kristen.
Was this prior to your mom being diagnosed with breast cancer?
No, this was like last week that one happened. So this is a really new development. So I'm like at this point, and it only happens when I'm falling asleep, which is why I'm not already like checked in somewhere with a psychologist or a psychiatrist.
1-855-BERT show. So what's your reluctance to talk to whatever this voice is?
Because from what I've seen, like, I don't really know anything about it, and everything I've ever seen about it from TikTok, thank you, Witch Talk, but anyway, is basically like, you don't know what you're doing, and where there is something good, there's bad things waiting, bad energy, whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe in, waiting as well, and I don't want to open the door to that. It's the same reason I won't touch a Ouija board because I don't want to mess with that. I know you laugh and it's so weird because I'm so scientifically minded but I also believe there's so much we don't know. And so I fully believe there could be other things that I'm just not aware of, we haven't discovered proof of, and I don't want to mess with that.
Okay, I just think it'd be really funny if Hasbro gave us the portal to hell.
I feel the same way. I want to speak to about 50 people that aren't listening to the show right now. I just want to let you guys know, when we were playing with that Ouija board when we were younger, I was pushing it. There were no spirits, man.
I ain't playing with no Ouija board.
People are so serious about that thing, man.
I ain't going nowhere near a Ouija board.
Oh, dude, anytime I spent the night at Sherry Hamlin's place, because she had a hot tub, we would pull out the Ouija board, and there was an axe murderer that spoke to us.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Were you the axe murderer?
I wasn't. I swear, I wasn't. I didn't push it.
All right.
But,
Let's put this on the schedule for later today or tomorrow. Just really weird heard Ouija board stories that you've told people that they just don't believe.
Yeah, the Ouija board told me I was going to play for the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, man, you still got time, man.
I'm still waiting.
Look at you losing all that weight.
Yes, sir.
It could happen, dude. Good morning, Kendall. You're on the Bert Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
So I fully believe it's a spiritual thing, especially with finding out that her grandmother and mother have had like the same experiences. I myself am clairvoyant. I can talk in my dreams the most, and I can hear things when I need to. I would suggest that you talk to someone who's very spiritual as it is. Get some crystals that you can have around your house, and I would start communicating back. You want to see if these are fully spirits, and I know people get scared because evil spirits and all that, but there is no evil spirit. There is upset spirits, but no one's going to hurt you to an extent that you would be like hurt.
Look,
so I fully believe you should talk to them.
I've worked with Cassie for years. I'm nervous that she would piss that spirit off.
Yeah.
You should really have somebody else do it for you. Like maybe Kendall can broker a deal between you and the voice.
I mean, have you seen Poltergeist? That's what I'm worried about. But do you guys remember? So, I do believe like we send the ghost hunters, Ghost of Georgia Paranormal Investigations out to houses, and they capture audio. And they actually came to my house once, and we had a psychic medium, Yvonne O'Brien, come as well. She told me there was something attached to me, and it followed me, and I was like, nope, shut it down. I'm going to ignore that. But she said it was a bright light, so it felt like a good thing. And sometimes when I sleep, I feel like prickling on my scalp, like it almost feels like something like playing with my hair. And I'm like, that's just because your hair's in a ponytail. It's just your scalp relaxing. Like, I will find scientific reasons to explain away everything, but so much is happening that it's weird.
All right, so what's your next step?
I don't know. I'm between bury my head in the sand, get a prescription for Xanax, or go see like a psychic and try and figure out, or medium. I know they're different things, and figure out what is going on.
Do all three at the same time. That's how you get rid of this.
Hey, Trey, good morning. You're part of the Bert Show.
Good morning. No, like I was saying, Cassie, that's I actually live with a witch. My girlfriend's a witch. It's not. So I had something similar happen. It's not really anything to be worried about. But I've actually woken up and I've seen like figures at the foot of the bed. I've had sentences called out to me. I've been touched in my sleep, and I told my girlfriend about it, and she was like, well, yeah, I'm a witch. You know that. But one thing she told me was not to recognize it. So not to pretty much just don't pay it any attention, because the more you pay attention, the more you like talk about it, talk to it, the more power it gets, causing it to grow. And then once it grows big enough, it's hard to get it out of your house. I would definitely speak to somebody who is very in tune with their personal spiritual side, because sometimes they can be attracted to different things in the house, whether it was the person before you, an object, something like that.
All right, Trey, let's take a side road here. How long were you going out with your current girlfriend when she said, look, there's something about me you need to know, I'm a witch?
Oh, like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
But how long were you guys going out before you knew you had fallen in love with a witch?
I'd say maybe 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, that wasn't enough for me.
Yeah. How about it should have been 6 days?
Yeah. No way.
Just want to let you know you have fallen in love with a witch. And when she says she's a witch,
all right, though.
When she says she's a witch, what exactly does that mean?
So she's got books and ancestors that date back to like she's read all about it, knows her like family ancestry and stuff like that. I mean, she's got like, she was telling me about like past lives and stuff like that from like readings, and like gone into her spiritual side a little bit about how she like in her past life she was burned at the stake, literally. She's got very vivid dreams that I don't think anybody could actually make up. I don't know. It's just very weird. And the way she describes it, it's almost like it's too hard to fake, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not making fun of anybody that claims to be a witch.
Yeah, they're really just like at the base of it, people think it's satanic, but they're really just herbalists. Like they just collect herbs and it's medicinal.
The Bert Show.
So, first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get The Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.